Hello and welcome to Women in Retail Talks. I'm Ashley Taradio, Senior Content Strategist at the Women in Retail Leadership Circle, and today I'm joined by Heidi Hertel, founder of Fitz Frames, a made-to-measure custom eyeglasses company for kids. Today we're going to be talking about what makes Fitz different from other D2C eyeglasses brands, how Fitz has had to pivot its business strategy due to the coronavirus pandemic, and much more. So Heidi, thanks for joining me today.
Thank you so much for having me.
So I gave a brief introduction, but can you tell us a little bit more about Fitz Frames and why you were inspired to start the company?
Yes. So basically, I got into the optical business because of my kids. My two daughters have worn glasses since they were toddlers. So we've spent now close to a decade in trying to get glasses for them and keep them happy in the glasses that they're wearing. And for us, the process of buying glasses was just really awful. And basically, we were disappointed every time we had to buy glasses. It's really hard for children because what you find in stores and even online is pretty limited. Most glasses are made for adults. So when you walk in someplace, 90 to 95% of what you're seeing is made for grownups. So it leaves really little choice for children. And because glasses have been made the same way for the last 100 years or so, meaning in these large numbers overseas, with few variety choices, basically in terms of styles and colors and shapes, you basically end up compromising. And I kept thinking there's got to be a better way to make glasses so that basically you can have everything you're looking for, which are pretty simple things. Basically a shape that you like and flatters your child's face, a color that they're excited about because that's, exciting and important to kids, a price that is acceptable and doesn't break the bank, and one that actually fits properly. Because if the glass doesn't fit properly, the child doesn't want to wear it. And if they don't wear it, it becomes this daily struggle, and it's just really tough on everyone. So the fit issue is what I thought maybe there was a way to solve, especially when I learned about 3D printing and facial mapping, which developed during this journey. Basically, all the technology came together at the right time for us to really give that a shot and try that solution. So that was how I got into it. And when I learned, what you could really do with 3D printing, the way you could customize things and basically make tailor-made frames for each face, that's when I really got excited about that prospect and when I really decided to launch the company.
Yeah, so can you tell us a little bit more about the 3D printing and what makes Fitz Frames different from other eyeglass brands? You kind of touched on it already, but if you could elaborate.
Yeah, so basically we do all of this through our app that we built, and through the app, we measure your face. So in just a few seconds, we measure over 40,000 points on your face. So we take that information, and then once you select your style of frame and color through the app, we use all of that at a facility in Youngstown, Ohio. That's where we make all the glasses. And we custom print in these huge machines, not your typical 3D printer that you may be familiar with, but this is quite different equipment. And so we do really cool innovations with our frames, which basically means that we can change things specifically for you, so that the glass fits you properly. So for example, we can change the bridge of the glasses, which is a big problem area for most people, which is why you see a lot of people tapping the front of their glass to keep it from slipping. So we can change the shape there so it sits on your nose properly, it sits at the proper angles. We can change, obviously, the size of the glasses that sits on your face, but also the angles of the temples. Most people have uneven ears, so we can account for that and build that into the frame for you. We also built everything into the frame, meaning everything is 3D printed. So there's no extra pieces like hinges or screws, because that's where glasses tend to break and where screws can get lost. And again, that's another pain point for families.
Yeah. So did Fitz Frames have to pivot any business strategies or operations due to the coronavirus pandemic? And since kids are learning from home now, I was curious, have you seen an increase in demand?
We have. So it's been interesting. So our business has actually improved because, as you're saying, kids and everyone really is stuck at home, and most optical retail is closed. In addition, because everybody is looking at screens all day, blue light filtering lenses, which protect eyes from some of that light that's being emitted from screens, have also been really popular. So we were glad to help people who were sheltering in place be able to still get glasses. We could even get the prescription for them by calling the doctor. In terms of pivoting, we also wanted to use additive manufacturing, which is how we make the glasses, because we knew it was a flexible system and we knew we should be able to develop new designs quickly. We always knew that with the type of technology that we're using. most optical retailers, it takes them over a year to take the concept of design to completion. For us, we knew we should be able to do that in just a few days. And when we saw the shortage of PPE happening around the country, we talked to a lot of doctors, a lot of nurses, to ask them what they could really use. And what we found was that there was nobody who was providing prescription protective eyewear, which is super important for doctors because it's estimated that over 60% of them wear glasses. And they were being told basically you shouldn't be using contact lenses because the eye is the point of infection for this virus. And they're on their feet all day. So it was tough for them to have something comfortable, protecting their eyes. What we did was basically not only provide something with prescription, but provide something with greater facial coverage so that the eye not only was protected, but also the eyebrows and eyelashes, which is an infection point where the vapor can hit and then drip down into the eyes. So we developed this new design in about 10 days. We did that with the help of doctors and nurses. We tested out the design, brought it back, made some refinements, made some more changes, and really came up with something that people have been really excited to wear, not only because it protects them, because it's super comfortable, because it's custom fit, it seals in the right places. It's also able to be sterilized. And again, it's customized on the inside. So it has their name or whatever they wanted to put in the inside to make sure it's not mixed up with somebody else's. So we were actually able to deliver over 1,000 pairs of these, which we called Fitz Protect, to doctors and nurses all over in the country for free with the help of donations. And we still have a long waiting list. I think there's over 4,000 people at this point who are still interested. We have made those available online to purchase, and we will continue to collect donations as long as we can to keep providing glasses for those in need.
Great. Well, you answered my next question about Fitz Protect. And so how exactly were the healthcare workers, did they have to fill out a form online, or how were they getting the eyewear?
Yeah, so we asked people to sign up on the website and just show which hospital they were working at or which facility. And then we prioritized those people to get glasses to those on the front lines as soon as we could.
Gotcha. That's amazing.
It was incredible. I mean, the feedback that we've gotten has been so wonderful, and people are so appreciative, and especially when they send you photos of working every day. And, some doctors and nurses have chosen, to decorate them, bedazzle them. And it's been also funny just to get pictures from one doctor and then you see somebody else in the background wearing the glasses just by chance. So we really wanted to do something, and we knew we had this capability of additive manufacturing. It really is amazing what you can do with the technology in such a short amount of time. And so this seemed to fulfill a need that nobody else could at the moment.
Yeah, and that you were able to do it so quickly is amazing.
Yeah, that's a testament to our team. We have Katie Brando, who is our head of product, who is incredible.
So let's pivot a little bit. So being a leader in 2020 is obviously very challenging. Can you talk about any strategies you've used to lead your team and to keep them motivated throughout this time?
So it's funny, we started working remotely before COVID hit. So we were ahead of the curve in terms of that. And I think in order to stay in touch for us, it was really important to do what everybody else is doing now, right? It's Zoom calls. It's as much face-to-face contact as you can do, even though we're all busy and maybe we're all not looking our best or feel like being on camera. I think it's really helped us stay connected and have regular, stand-up calls where we know we're talking 3 times a week on certain topics. We're doing all hands meetings where, we get the whole team on the phone to talk through. I think also just being as transparent as possible. That was something that was important to us from the beginning of starting this company, just to be honest, to always let people know where we are in terms of business, in terms of different projects, in terms of where we're headed. And I think also, being open to all feedback. We always encourage people, no matter where they are. And again, we're a small company, but maybe you work in one division, feel free to please share with us, things that you think of or things you're excited about or things that you learn, because everybody obviously has great things to contribute, even in areas where it's not their specialty.
Yeah, that open communication is always best. So at Women in Retail, we really value mentorship. Do you have any mentors or mentees, and how has mentorship played a role in your career?
For me, mentors are super important. Again, just because I didn't come out of the entrepreneurial space. I came out of, I had a law degree, I came out of politics. And so for me, doing something like starting a glasses company it's seemed like a pipe dream. And so I think for women especially, it's important to find people who can tell you, no, it can be done. I think, we tend to punch holes in things and think this might not be doable, this might not be realistic. But I think entrepreneurs are really a special type of people who see the possible. And the women that I've found, including Julie Ehrman, who is a fellow mom who her son also wore glasses, and I shared this idea with her, and she just looked at me and she said, "You have to do this." At every turn where I've been nervous or hit a roadblock, she's kind of helped me through that as someone who's been in the trenches and has experienced the highs and the lows of a startup or several. Robin Ward is somebody else who I have looked to for a lot of advice. I was in a group of hers that she held monthly for women creating companies who were at my same stage. So that was really helpful, just to have this group to come together and not only learn from her, but to learn from each other and realize, we're all going through these struggles and all have something to contribute and to help with.
Yeah. Well, Heidi, thank you so much for sharing your insights and joining me on this episode of Women in Retail Talks.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for listening. For more information on this podcast, please check out our podcast channel page at womeninretail.com for show notes. Women in Retail Talks is available on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Stitcher, and Spotify. Make sure to subscribe on our podcast channel page as well. If you've enjoyed this episode, please take a few moments to rate and review this podcast. Thanks, and until next time, this has been Women in Retail Talks.